scale. You have a good finger position when playing. Then get into the theory, we are faced with a mountain of concepts we don't understand. And by the time we take a look at it... Hello my friends, this is Sven aka Murgrind. Welcome to this educational video. Most of the time when we start thinking about making music and then get into the theory, we are faced with a mountain of concepts we don't understand. And by the time we take a look at it, we've already lost faith that we'll ever understand it. Being able to do that seems to be something you have to be born with or takes decades. No way, I'm telling you, we don't need everything by a long shot and most of it at a high level. I will train you in the shortest possible time so that you can simply play freely on the piano at a very early stage and compose your own Dark Dungeon music album. I will show you exactly what you need, in what proportion and for what it makes sense. Let's get to the bottom of an important point of understanding. What is music theory good for anyway? What do you need it for? Quite simply. First and foremost, knowledge of certain music theory concepts gives you orientation. Orientation is the key to getting from A to B. If you don't know where you are, then everything is on a trial and error basis and cannot be replicated. You always have to start from the beginning. Imagine a ruler that is labeled normally. You know what to measure, 1.3 inches. With a ruler as a tool, you have orientation and can use the ruler as an auxiliary instrument to achieve your goal. Exactly the same as music theory. They are nothing more than invented models of knowledge invented for a specific field of application. In order to know what we are doing in music, we need knowledge models to be able to define something, so that we can apply things precisely. If someone says to me, play me something in natural C minor from stage 1 to stage 6 to stage 7 in Dungeon Synth style, then I can say, alright. I think you have understood that it makes sense to learn specific aspects of music theory so that you can consciously and realize your musical goals much faster. Well then, let's learn the first scale together, the natural minor scale. You will probably need this structure the most. We will first learn the scale in stages. First of all, it is important that you recognize the scale pattern and the corresponding stages. All minor and major scales have 7 stages. Easy to remember. Let's take a look at the scale with finger position. I advise you to work through this video carefully. It will help you a lot as a beginner, especially if you just want to play freely on the piano. The best way to quickly memorize the natural C minor stages is to look at the keys and say the stages out loud. Do this and you will be able to memorize them much faster. Perfect! Now you have an exercise for practicing the natural C minor scale. Practice this scale until you are really good at it. This will be incredibly useful for the further progression of the videos. And you will already improve your orientation within the natural C minor scale. You have a good finger position when playing. Your finger control improves. You learn to keep your concentration. You are already changing octaves all the way up and all the way down. This will give you a broad spectrum of perception and you will feel confident to go anywhere when composing. I'll make a 5-minute loop out of it so you can practice along with the video. When you play the scale, look at the keys so that you can quickly memorize the scale pattern. We do exactly the opposite of a pianist who plays from sheet music. They practice looking at the sheet and reading the notes. But we take a completely different approach because we have completely different goals in mind. We want to be able to play as quickly and freely as possible, improvise and compose with a DAW. Let's go! I let it run to the end and say goodbye for now. So good luck and see you in the next video.